The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
And good morning, everyone. You're listening to the Big Dog, WIFO FM in Jesup, 105.5 on your FM dial. Butch Hubbard here with you, along with Bob Morgan. It is a Tuesday morning, the 21st day of May, and it's just going to be another hot day today here in Southeast Georgia, as it will all week long. Sunny today, high today of 96 degrees. Autumn Harbor levels at 7.6 feet and steady. And Bob, you still fighting that funk?
A little bit.
Still got that little late spring cold, huh?
I don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is? Everybody, Jonathan's in there blaming you that he got it from you. And, Jim's over here saying that he's had it, but he's not blaming you.
Jonathan goes to Texas among 1,000 people.
Right, watching ZZ. You know, see,
ZZ
Jonathan went to Texas to watch ZZ Top.
And he blames me. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody loves a sharp-dressed man.
Traveling through the airport.
Sitting in the airplane with all those people around you.
Yeah, he's going to blame me.
He's going to blame you. Hey, you're an easy target, Bob.
Well, makes sense to me.
Well, going fishing doesn't help the cold, but it helps you feel better.
Okay, yeah. We got Mr. Jim in here this morning, Jim Poindexter, get the commander post of the local post of the Jesup VFW, and you're talking about fishing, huh? You've been trying to go fishing to get rid of your spring cold, right?
It hasn't helped, but I feel a lot better.
You feel better when you've got a spring cold when you're catching fish than when you're just sitting around the house feeling bad for yourself.
That's true.
All right, out there in nature and just taking in the sun. And the heat.
That's it.
Lots of heat.
And it was hot yesterday morning. So.
Yeah, it was. All right, Jim, of course, being the post commander of the local post of Jesup VFW, y'all have got some things coming up this weekend because it is an important weekend for veterans.
Yes. But before I get into that, I want to thank a lot of people here in Wayne County and the Jesup and Wayne County that have really helped us throughout this past year. We have been recently notified that we have met all our requirements and have been selected for an all-state post for the 8th consecutive year. That has a lot to do with our community and our local patrons that come in and support the VFW throughout the year, and it's really nice that we have a community that supports us like this. There are some communities that don't have our kind of support here, and
right.
So it's just like to send out a thank you to everybody that have been participants in all of our events and at our canteen and everything that we do. So thank y'all.
Okay.
And this weekend, of course, there's a lot going on.
Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, and one of the things that is fairly new, but we are a part of this year, is Ace Hardware. The Ace Hardware stores have teamed up with the National VFW to give away 1 million flags, the stick flags, small stick flags for veterans' graves.
Okay.
Our local Ace Hardware here.
Harris Ace Hardware.
Yes, and they purchased the deal was that if the hardware stores purchase so many flags to give away over Memorial Day weekend,
right,
then the National Ace Hardware franchise would donate flags to a local and a participating VFW.
Okay.
So we received somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 flags from them to distribute, and
where will they go?
And they will go on graves, and we will be getting them out to to families and putting some on graves ourselves, and so we'll be doing that over the weekend.
So that's 200 families in this area to put on the graves of fallen veterans.
And I know there's more than that, because I know we have probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 22 to 25 cemeteries in Wayne County, if you start counting the family cemeteries, and and it is very difficult for us to know the name of every veteran that is buried in every cemetery. So we're asking for the family help to come by, and we're going to be at Tractor Supply on Saturday. And we will be, if you can come by on Saturday and stop by Tractor Supply, we will have flags out there, and you can pick one up for your family member to put on the grave. So, but we really do thank Harris Ace Hardware here for participating in this national event, and they did this last year and gave away a lot of flags to their customers, not only here in Jesup, but but in Hinesville and their store in Elonia. And so they're going to be doing that again this weekend as well. And then the Jesup VFW will be at the Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply every year over this weekend does a salute to the troops.
Right.
And so we will be out there, and we'll be pressing out information and some of the flags. So
okay, well, that's a great service being provided by Ace Hardware, and of course by the local post of the Jesup VFW to distribute these flags out to the families who have fallen family members that served in the military here in the United States.
Yes, it really is, and we really do thank Colby Harris and all of the folks down at Ace Hardware for participating in this and allowing us to participate in this also.
Okay, so what else is going on with the local post of the Jesup VFW when it comes to Memorial Day weekend?
Well, it's not so much over the weekend,
but Monday.
But this past week, the Jesup VFW donated a $1,000 scholarship to a graduating senior from Long County High School, and it was Michaela Jackson, and that's an incredible young lady. She is very focused, and she is very determined and on what she wants to do and where she wants to be in the future. So it was really an honor to be able to present her with a $1,000 scholarship, and she'll be going to Georgia Southern in the fall. So and then this Thursday night we'll be donating a $1,000 scholarship to a graduating senior from Wayne County High School.
Okay.
So those are some things that are coming up. And it's not really Memorial Day, but it's real close to Memorial Day.
It's real close to it. And somebody once again wants to know when they can get the flags and where.
We're going to be, like I said, we're going to be at Tractor Supply on Saturday morning from 9 o'clock till 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
And they can stop by there and see us and pick one up.
All right, Tractor Supply in Jesup from 9 to 2 this Saturday. Okay.
Yes. Now, our schedule for Monday is we will be at the courthouse at 9 o'clock in the morning for our annual Memorial Day service. And so we will be there 9 o'clock. And then normally, and I haven't heard officially, but normally the American Legion has their program at Bill Morris Park at 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And then at noon, we will be providing hamburgers and hot dogs at the Jesup VFW for veterans. And so please stop by and say hi and see us. And
so once again, go over that schedule for Monday. Y'all be doing the VFW.
9 o'clock Monday morning at the courthouse.
At the courthouse.
Yes, Wayne County
Special
Courthouse.
service for Memorial Day put on
Yes.
By VFW.
Yes, and then following that, we'll be going to Bill Morris Park to support the American Legion, and that's when they unveil the names of the family member, the veteran who has passed away and is buried here in Wayne County. Mm-hmm. So from this past year, so in recognizing them at their memorial.
And then after that, back to the VFW post for lunch.
Hamburgers and hot dogs.
All right, on the house for all the veterans out there and folks.
Yes.
All right.
And so that's going to be that's going to be on Monday, and we really do appreciate everyone's support. You know, one of the things that that a lot of people are confused about is, you know, they get confused with, we've got 3 holidays that are very similar. You know, you've got Armed Forces Day, Memorial Day, and Veterans Day.
Right.
And we have, excuse me, we have a lot of people are confused about who we're recognizing on those days.
Yeah.
And the simple version is on Armed Forces Day, it's those men and women who are currently serving on active duty, and to recognize and honor them for their
Armed
service.
Forces for folks who are serving right now.
Serving right now.
Okay.
Memorial Day is for those veterans who have, or those military who have sacrificed, made the ultimate sacrifice during their service to America. And then Veterans Day is, you know, to honor and remember all of the veterans currently still living.
Mm-hmm. So Memorial Day, just reading here, is for remembering and honoring persons who have died while serving in the United States Armed Forces.
Yes.
So that's what Memorial Day, this Monday, is coming in. And Veterans Day in November is to honor all veterans.
All veterans. That's correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. And, you know, there's been, since the beginning of Memorial Day, which actually has its origins back following the Civil War, it was originally called Decoration Day, and it really didn't become a public law until I believe it was 1967 that it was made into a public law as Memorial Day,
okay.
And to remember and honor all of those who have died while in service to America. And then of course, that was on May the 30th at that time.
Right, May 30th.
And then the following year in '68, they passed the law making all, you know, the holidays a Monday holiday. The Monday
everybody worked a 3-day holiday
yeah.
weekend, right?
Yeah.
Just like Labor Day.
Yeah. So and it's been like that since then. So.
Still trying to get President's Day changed to the Monday after Super Bowl.
Good point. But you know, since we've started observing Memorial Day, you know, approximately 1.6 million Americans have lost their lives during combat in the war, and that's a lot of guys,
yeah.
Men and women. So
right.
So but those are some of the things that are coming up, and so we do like to thank all the people that do support us. We have a lot of things that are coming up throughout the year, so please follow us. I'll be trying to get it in the newspaper. But one of the things that that we need to remember is we'll be lowering the flag. So if you have a flagpole in your yard, you know, on Memorial Day, the flag should be lowered to half staff at sunrise, and then at noon be raised back up to the to full staff.
Okay.
So it's half a day, half staff, and then the other half at full staff.
Okay.
So and those are that's pretty much everything that we've got going on, in for the time being, anyway.
Okay. Giving out the scholarships. We've already given one. Going to give one Thursday night, Honors Night. You got your Memorial Day program at 9 a.m. at the courthouse here in Wayne County in downtown Jesup to honor fallen veterans, and then go to Bill Morris Park at 10 to be with the American Legion as they do their service, and then back to the VFW at noon for lunch.
Yes,
for the
correct.
veterans. Okay,
That's correct.
Okay.
And, we have our renovations, thanks to a lot of our community and our veterans and contractors and everybody else that was involved. We have finished phase 1 of our renovation project,
Okay.
and we are beginning slowly with phase 2, which is the renovation of our canteen.
Right.
We have done some work, and we've opened it up a lot. We have a lot more room in there. Of course, it is non-smoking. It has been for coming up
August.
on a year now.
yeah.
And so it's really nice to be able to sit down in there and breathe.
But you do have an outside patio
And we do
area
have-
with ceiling
for
fans.
smoke, yes.
And during football season, you put a
TV out
television
there.
out there, like you have the ones inside. So if people do want to smoke, they go outside under a patio area that does have the ceiling fans. And then, of course, you've got the inside, the canteen there. With the televisions, and the reason why it's taking you all so long, people wonder, why is it taking them so long to renovate? Well, you just pay as you go.
Pay as you go.
That's right.
That's
no,
it.
No borrowing them any money anywhere. But those those new restrooms there at the VFW are very, very nice.
One of our guests that was here, we just hosted our district meeting, and it's the meeting that we do annually in April. And one of the other members from one of the other posts and the district came in, and when they saw them and everything, they came out and congratulated us on being, on our renovations, and they declared it the Taj Mahal of restrooms. So
I don't think I've ever heard that phrase before in any type of way.
But they are very large, and so being in a wheelchair no longer is a hindrance for and with the handicap ramp and the handicap parking, the paved parking, and by the patio, it makes it very easy to come in and out. So,
Okay. Well, Jim, we appreciate you coming in. Good luck at Honors Night, handing out the money. I know the students really love it, and I know that you're going to have a special service at 9 a.m. at the courthouse on Memorial Day.
Yes. You invite the public to come out and participate. So,
All right. Have a good day.
all right, thank you.
WIFO FM in Jesup 105.5 on your FM dial. World famous Butch and Bob Show. We'll be back with more of it in just a minute.
Congratulations to the Wayne County High School class of 2019. The following businesses, individuals, and organizations salute you and wish you good fortune in the years to come. Country Financial salutes Stephen Patrick Graham, Anthony Raquan Malik Grant, Clayton Jeffrey Grantham, Zachary Caden Grantham, Talisha Debray Graves, Patrick Jajuan Daniel Graves, Emmanuel Ramon Green, Kennedy Marie Green, Chrisley Cheryl Greenlee, Brianne Yvonne Griffith. Morton Collision Center salutes Tianci Guan, Emma Caitlin Geyer Hall, Bryce William Hadlock, Kimberly Kiara Nicole Hamby, Sally Corin Hardenstein, Amari DeQuante Sean Harris, Andrea Deshawn Harris.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, world famous Butch and Bob Show. Butch over here with you with Bob Morgan. What's on your mind this morning, Bob? You got your papers out there looking at them.
Just want to remind people about the blood drive today. Community-wide blood drive, always important. 11 to 5 today at the Blood Mobile at the hospital. Again, walk-ins are welcome. Everyone's invited. So if you get a chance to give the gift of life, a pint of blood today, it would be greatly appreciated. That's taking place from 11 to 5. Had the high school principal in yesterday on the Butch and Bob Show. Again, at that time, they didn't know who the valedictorian and salutatorian, but that's been finalized. Valedictorian for the class 2019 is Griffin Boykin, and the salutatorian is Jameson Gordon. So both will speak at the graduation ceremony on Friday at JC Stadium. So our congratulations to them.
Yeah. I wasn't burdened with that responsibility when I graduated.
Just proud of Griffin
Were
Boykin.
you, Bob?
No. I was a good student, but I wasn't about it.
No, yeah, I was nowhere near there.
But our congrats to those two students. But Griffin Boykin, member of the baseball team. So trying to think if I ever had a high school baseball player valedictorian before. It might be a first. So.
All right. Well, congratulations to these two young folks for doing so well through high school.
And I would remind everybody about the honors night. As Jim mentioned, they'll be giving out a lot of scholarship money. That gets underway Thursday at 7 at the KK Theater, invitation only, and then the graduation is Friday night, 7:30. JC Stadium. Going to ask everybody to be seated by 7:30. So
and hydrate and bring you some water.
It's going to be awfully
It's going to be hot.
So. But no rain in the forecast.
That's no rain. Just scorching temperatures.
Could be worse. Could be out here in Oklahoma where they're having all the.
I know they're having some major problems out there in Oklahoma and Illinois and all the Midwest out there. I don't know if you've seen that front there, but it's a major thing. Snowing in areas where it shouldn't be snowing this time of year.
Yesterday they had all kinds of tornado watches, warnings.
Yeah, if you were a tornado chaser, you were in hog heaven out there because they were just popping up and everywhere out there.
Not good.
Yeah. I was born in Kansas. Of course, I moved away when I was 4. I didn't move away. My parents moved me away when I was 4 months old. So I don't know much about it, but I just know there's a lot of tornadoes in Kansas. Yeah, just ask Dorothy. She knows all about it. Graduation coming up this Friday night, and we wish the seniors of 2019 the very best, no matter which direction they're going in, whether it's to work, whether it's to tech school, whether it's to 2-year college, 4-year college, or whatever the case may be, or if they're just going to sit back and chill and live off mom and dad for the next year. We wish you the best.
They still do that?
They still do that. Now, the stats of people who are from the ages of 18 to 36, 7 that live with their mom and dad are just amazing. I mean, it's just amazing how many of them still live with their mom and dad. Many of them, have flew back home. Went away and came back. Some of them just never went. But there's a lot of young folks today that are with their mom and dad for various reasons. But they say that's a common practice over in Italy. I'm going down to the Strand Bistro today to talk to the chef and to Ralph today. We're going to have the chef on not tomorrow, but I think Thursday. But I'm going to go down there and talk to them today, so I'll find out a little bit more about that. But, Ralph said he would treat me if I went down there and talked to them, and they want to start promoting their Strand Bistro. We'll go down there and get some copy ideas and put some creative ads together for them.
Everybody I talked to enjoyed it. I said they had that lasagna. It was off the chain. 8-layer lasagna. Very good.
Okay. So we look forward to having him on. He came on the Butch and Bob Show, said he was moving over, went back to Italy, and now he's back doing his thing down there, making up those original homemade Italian dishes down there. Yeah, great food down there at the Strand Bistro. Of course, right next to the Strand Theater in downtown Jesup. Authentic Italian food from an authentic Italian chef. He said, over there, to be a good chef over in Italy, you've got years of practice, you've got school you've got to go to. I mean, they take their cooking and their food over there very seriously in Italy. Yeah, not something they just gulp down and go. Americans, we eat fast. We got it, we're gone, we're doing something else. In France and Italy, they take their time. Make a meal last a long time, sit and talk and stuff like that. Well, we try to eat it fast and get back to work. Do our thing. All right, Bob, a high-speed chase through Jesup yesterday. That was something else. I mean, suddenly started getting calls and said, what's going on? What's going on?
Didn't end well for several people. They're parked there trying to eat lunch.
But hopefully you'll get that official report from the State Patrol office so we can have it. But it looked like several cops, even a Long County cop. Did it start over in Long County?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, it started over in Long County, and then somehow the guy lost control, or I don't know what happened. but then crashed there at Hog and Bones, and they apprehended the guy, right?
That's the initial report. I said Georgia State Patrol's got the official report, so I got to get with them.
Okay, so as soon as they release it, we'll release the official information. But folks, you're not going to outrun them. Okay, too many of them. They got lots of policemen out there. They've got their radios. You're just not going to do it. Better just to pull over and not add more charges to whatever you're trying to run away from.
I was hoping local police have something. Saw Mike Blaine and Alex Reddish and Mike Deal at lunch yesterday, but they had no information. They said they had to get it from Georgia State Patrol. So.
Yeah, usually that's the way it is. Sometimes you can get it from local policemen, but when the State Patrol get involved, the official report comes from them. We're just glad that no one got hurt around there, did they, that you know of?
Some people's vehicles got damaged.
Some of the people? Okay.
I mean, he had 3 vehicles, what I understand.
Wow. Jeez. Started over Long County, came across the bridge. Had some folks from Jesup Housing Outlet give me a call saying, man, truck was flying by and Long County caught right behind them in State Patrol. Just flying down there, Excitement in Jesup. But we're just, hopefully no one was hurt seriously in any type of way.
Sitting there eating lunch and all of a sudden you look outside, so it crashes in your car.
I know. You're sitting there just enjoying some great, delicious Hog and Bones food, and you look out there and scram! And you're thinking, if it's your vehicle,
Not a good day.
Well, just be thankful that you were in the restaurant eating and not sitting out in your car, getting ready to just pulling in or just pulling out or something like that. But that's not good. But the reason why Jonathan was off yesterday is he went to Texas with a friend, and they went to see ZZ Top play on Sunday. Good old rock and roll band, 3 guys with long beards. Does anybody know what they really look like? I mean, as long as I remember, they've had those things. What was that TV show where the family in the South had the long beards? What was that called? It was very popular for a long time. You had the dad and the brothers and
still on.
What's it called? I mean, I used to watch it years ago, but I can't. We had a couple of cast members here in Jesup eons ago. What's that TV show called? Huh?
Duck Dynasty.
Duck Dynasty. That's right, Duck Dynasty. Yeah, those guys.
Jonathan didn't even like ZZ Top. He said.
You didn't like ZZ Top?
He said Bad Company and Cheap Trick were better. He didn't like.
Oh, were they there too? Of course they are. Yeah, they're good too. Yeah, they're good too. But, are you coughing in there or singing, Jonathan? Are you coughing in there or trying to sing? Oh, don't you just love us aging rock and rollers, man? Just, hopefully Mick Jagger's getting himself all fixed up from his heart problems, and he'll be down in Jacksonville.
I can't believe he's blaming me for getting the...
Who, Jonathan? Yeah, blaming you for the call?
Goes to the airport among all those people, goes out to a concert with several thousand, and comes back and blames me for
I blame somebody on the plane. That's you got lots of folks basically in a big long cigar stuffed in there with recycled air, and flying at one time was I hadn't flown in years, but it's not something. If I had to go somewhere, I'd say, oh, I look forward to it. I just you get to the point after all the years, it's just a headache. But I mean, it's been a long time since I can't even remember the last time, maybe 2007 that I've flown. But it's not something that I look forward to if I had to go somewhere. I just don't look forward to it. The person who we're Jesup Broadcasting when John Davidson from Atlanta bought the radio station, bought WLOP and WIFO in 1970, and that's when my dad, Charlie Hubbard, became general manager of the station, and 2 years later became general manager and part owner. Okay, but John Davidson bought the station, moved down here, moved his family down here, built a house out in Wayne Terrace. But at the time that he bought the station, he was selling syndicated TV shows up and down the East Coast, like Jeopardy. Well, it wasn't Jeopardy, but it was like programs like that, syndicated programs that you see on basically from 5 o'clock till 8 o'clock to prime time. And that's what he did for a living. He went to the TV stations all up and down the East Coast and showed them what kind of programs he had and tried to get them to put those syndicated shows on their television programming, and made real good money at it. But he had to fly out basically every single Sunday, late Sunday or Monday morning, every week, week in, week out for years. One of his sons, because he had several sons, is one of his sons, Wally Davidson, when they moved here in 1970, same age as me. I was just starting my junior year at Wayne County High School, and so when he moved here, he was starting his junior year. We became great friends, and then went roomed together for a quarter up at Georgia. And I asked him one time, I said, do you know where your dad is this week? He said, well, I used to keep up with it years ago. He said, but you get to the point where he says, you don't know. He says, Mom knows where he's at. But he said, but us kids, we just know that Dad's flying out somewhere and be home on Friday. And that's a heck of a way to make a living there. But he made a real good living doing it. And then from that, he built a radio station and cable company dynasty out of it during the 70s and 80s. All right, Bob, anything else?
Nope, nothing I know of.
All right, you have a great day. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, by Murphy Butter Supply on Northeast Broad Street, by the Wolf Animal Hospital on West Cherry Street, and by the Women's Health Center in downtown Jesup on Chariot Broad.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.